I think as mental health providers, where I'm working, we really don't cross that boundary. But I think the way they handled it was really, really good because this is the part where you're more or less, getting to know as an introduction. And as you go into, and as a treatment team, she'll come to know that there are certain boundaries, but you don't have to let that be known initially when you're initially doing an intake on a person or asking about these
personal
questions right away. I think that's something that you really come to establish along the way. And then they know as well as you do. And maybe sometimes you have to reiterate that this is what I do and this, but there are certain ways, just like we alluded to earlier, to make that be known. But I think later on in the process, after establishing a rapport, you can let that be known, and they come to respect that.
Yeah.
I think so. Like, I used to be a case manager working with children and teens, mostly who were in kinship care and foster care, and children whose parents were incarcerated. And talk about depression. There's a lot of issues going on there. And I do believe in the boundaries. But at my old in that position, I was a case manager. And it meant a lot to the children a lot of times. When you're working with children, it means the world to them when you show up to their play. And it means the world to them when you show that support for them. With adults, they might understand that boundary issue. Kids don't understand that. You talk to me every day, you play with me sometimes, and now you tell me you can't come to my play. It hurts. Right. So if it was a public event, I would go. Now, if their parent invited me to the birthday party, I would say, no, I'm not able to do that. Right. So that's a personal, private event. But it's a school play or some type of public carnival, and the child's going to be performing, or they have a dance crew and they want me to come see them perform, I would go to that because it's public and it's a public event and it's not really a personal backyard birthday party.
Right. And you can document that as a visit.
Right. Yeah, and I can get paid.
Really quick, just to add on to that before we go to this question, is that because this is such a unique way and a unique program, the project that we're doing here, and all the approaches, there's going to be different ways people are going to engage. So for example, a case manager or case coordinator with children and families may do something different like that. A therapist may be doing something totally different, but they're going to have support and connectedness and access from different points of view, so people will handle this situation based on the policies of their agency and the way that they normally handle it, and also culturally. Sometimes it'll be offensive. Like I used to teach my case managers when they used to do home visits. They go to family's house and they're sitting down, they're doing something. Don't try to rush through it. And they want you hold the baby. And there's certain boundaries that you have to take for policy reasons for the agency, but there's also cultural things that's considered rude if you come into my home and you do certain things. So, I think that comes with the training and also the policies of your agency. But the uniqueness about this process is that we're going to be doing it from a team approach, from all of us working together with this client. So that'll be the unique way of handling this. And we just being that we have.
I was just going to make a comment that a lot of the things that have been talked about don't sound to me like things that would necessarily create a dual relationship. And I think that people get real kind of caught up in the whole boundary issue. I think if something you're doing is outside of the traditional scope of your work, but it still fits within the boundaries of your job, there's no boundary issue there. Mm-hmm. It's about, checking yourself and your motives and understanding what those boundaries are in place for, and one last thing, that's why supervision is really, really important.
Yes, exactly.